Well, thank you, everyone, for coming to another episode of the local Chicagoland podcast, The Hero in the Mirror. This podcast serves as a reminder that heroes aren't that hard to find. And we actually have a local Chicagoland Shiro with us today, Kathy. Kathy is a corporate professional, also turned fitness coach, a local entrepreneur focusing on health and wellness and empowering women through nutrition, but also through financial success through Herbalife. Kathy is also a first-generation college graduate from UIC with a major in accounting and has worked with major corporations such as KPMG and Charles Schwab. She tells us how she juggles the corporate realm and health and wellness through her many endeavors. Kathy, it's a pleasure to have you here with us today.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Wow. What a wonderful intro.
You're like, let's save that. Let's lock that down. I want that to be my intro for whenever I walk through the door. Whenever I walk through the door somewhere, like, this is me coming.
Like, who is she?
Great. Well, thanks for coming on. You have, all these beautiful accolades, and definitely a strong Latino woman here, in the local Chicagoland area. But tell us a little bit about some of those obstacles that you had to overcome through your Shiro's journey.
Yeah, no, absolutely. As you mentioned, a Latina, I'm originally from Peru. So I grew up in Peru and moved to the United States at the age of 13. So it was a little bit of a difficult age. And I moved here like without knowing the language, without knowing the structure and how like the US in terms like worked. So like some of the obstacles, I struggle with language barriers, with understanding the reason as to why we left everything to come here. I'm like, it just didn't make sense.
I thought we were good.
And I think the struggles of just like navigating the United States as a structure, right? Like the rights and the wrongs or the things that I could do in my country are not the same things that I can do here. Understanding the education system, the corporate world, all of that just became a struggle and a way for me to navigate at a young age.
Yeah. The English, I mean, that's a barrier. So I'm first generation Mexican American, so for me it was, as a child, it was easy to pick this up. But, you coming here to the States at 13 years old, how was overcoming that language barrier? Was there a TV show, a movie, a book, a poem, something that really became your epitome of you being able to learn the language?
Yeah, that's such a good question. So I think the language, I struggled a lot. Like what would take a regular kid, an hour to do a homework assignment, it would take me 3, and with tears, right? Because I not only had to like understand it, but I had to translate it, and then I had to learn it. And I think a pivotal point that comes to my mind is by my senior year, I had accomplished like getting to English honors, and we read the Scarlet Letter, I remember. And I even sat for the AP English, and I'm just like, this is crazy. I didn't know English 4 years ago. So to me, it was like reading the Scarlet Letter and like understanding it. I think I still remember it. It's just a book that I still remember.
You got to a point where like, dude, I got this. I love this book.
Yeah.
I'm in English. I'm in AP honors. Yeah, that's great. How's about your transition from the academia to the corporate realm as a Latina? How did that work?
I think my life has been filled with like situations that have been put in that once I get there, I'm like, wait, how am I here? Right? I think so I graduated high school and then I went to a community college. I remember I was devastated because I couldn't go to a 4-year university just like all of my friends. But I think that taught me like resilience. And then I transferred to UIC where I got my accounting degree. And I just kept applying and persistent. And I was one of the only Latinas who got hired that year with like 2 other Latino guys but everybody I remember they were all from like huge like universities like Purdue, U of I, and not that like UIC is not all that, but it's like this big universities that I know is really hard to get in. So I think getting into it and working with them was definitely always a questioning of like, do I belong here? Do I feel smart enough? Do I know the things well enough to compete at that level?
Yeah. And I think confidence in yourself and in your resilience and in your journey of what you've been able to accomplish, to kind of be able to confidently say to yourself, nah, you belong here.
Yeah.
Like, you learned a language, you took AP English, you passed all your classes.
Yeah.
You made it to this interview. You made it to the last interview. I deserve this job. I think that's also one aspect of mentality is, am I deserving of this? And to say, yes, I do deserve. I do deserve a better life. I do deserve a better car. Better work-life balance and everything like that. How was KPMG? How was going into that accounting role?
It was, I think I've always, like, that was my dream, right? Like, I think when I was back in Peru, I would see my mom in like her suits and her heels, and like she used to work for a bank. And like, I think my dream was always to be like that. Like, I wanted to be the CEO or become a partner in corporate America. So that was really a testament of my hard work, not only in college, I think, but also like, I think since the moment I arrived. So it was like a 10 years in the making in a way. So it was hard. It was long hours. It was very demanding, but I do think KPMG for like, I think my work ethic, I think it pushed me to levels that I never thought I could be pushed. It like helped me understand things that I never thought I could understand, and it put me in positions of leadership, of even traveling international to do audits international, like all of those experiences are like, I'm like, it's kind of cool.
Yeah, definitely something you don't take for granted.
Yeah.
What were some of the things that you learned through KPMG and finding that work-life balance, if there was?
I think the associations, I think like coming to America, I think I told you one of the biggest struggles was like understanding how America works, and for example, like healthcare, like even like having insurance or having a 401k, like those were concepts that I didn't know until I started KPMG. And I think KPMG really gave me that foundation of understanding, because of my peers, because my peers had their parents letting them know what was the right and what was wrong from that perspective. Okay. I think from that perspective, like KPMG really just helped me with those things, and I think just set me up in a way where I am today, per se.
Your Shiro's journey so far, right? Going to a new country, studying a new language, new culture, going through education, through the academia, graduating, high school, college, getting your corporate realm, being that woman that you envisioned yourself to be, right? High heels and power shoes. That's great. When did this health and wellness kick start?
It started when I started working a lot. Obviously, the demands of a big four corporation are a lot higher. So I was working 70. I think the most I logged in was 73 hours. I remember, and I used to be very, very proud of it. But I think there comes an exhaustion with it as well, because you are constantly being put in situations that are out of your comfort zone, but are also challenging from a professional perspective. And I think I let go of myself. We were eating out often because we were working from 8 a.m. till like 11 p.m. Sometimes we wouldn't leave the office. We were working Saturdays, Sundays, and ordering donuts and Starbucks, and you get into this routine.
It's also sedentary.
It's a sedentary
lifestyle, unless you have stand-up desks. Walking pads.
That didn't exist 10 years ago. There was no standing desk. At least I didn't know about it. But I personally did not have a healthy lifestyle. I do come from a family that is in sports and lives healthy, but it was not. I think I was so like reluctant to it. I don't know why, but I always wanted to become that. I wanted to be the person that wakes up at 5 a.m. and goes to the gym and eats healthy and chooses health and wellness and like reads. So I've always had, I think, from a young age the envision of the woman that I wanted to become.
Yeah.
But at that point, I was starting to really want to be that person. I think comes a point in your life where you're like, all right, it's time to like actually make it happen. And I think it was that. I think it was just like the long hours, the hard work, and I think my time with KPMG, it was ending at that point, but I was also just having a midlife crisis personally at 25, 26, where I was questioning, what are the next 10 years of my life going to?
Is it this? You're like,
is it this?
Yeah.
Because right when I got here at 13, I know where I want to get to. I want to get to a big corporation in the next 10 years. So at 25, 26, I was there. And it's like, okay, what's next?
Yeah.
I didn't have a vision after that.
What's the next mountain to climb, or
Exactly.
or even where's the fulfillment?
Yes.
Where's the fulfillment in this role? I think a lot of us have gone through that, where it's like you accomplish the goal, but you still don't feel like you're there.
Like fulfilled. Yeah. And I do remember like talking to God, and that was also another like pivotal moment, I think, in my life, where I was like, okay, God, give me the vision or give me purpose in life. I think a lot of people at that point, I was lacking purpose. I was lacking fulfillment. I think I had accomplished everything by the book, right? I had gotten good grades. I had gotten to college. I had gotten the corporate world. But I think there were other aspects of my life that were also lacking.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's where I think the midlife crisis at 25 happens.
Yeah, definitely. You want to try to be as well-rounded as possible.
Yeah.
And some of the speakers that we've had before talk about how like God should be the foundation for everything that you do.
Yeah.
And through that, you'll find your direction. Like,
seriously, it's so true.
And yours, I think, from what I see from all your content online, through Anita's Health Spa, is you love empowering women to be the best version of themselves. Yes. And you also have one of your special elixirs.
Yes.
If you can tell us, a little bit about the elixir you have here.
Yeah. So I think through me feeling that way, I'm really able to speak to other women from a perspective of not feeling confident, feeling overweight, feeling tired, feeling exhausted, because I was there at one point. And so Anita's Healthy Spot is really a place where women can come in with all of their anguish or like feeling like they're not confident or feeling like they're not healthy or the lack of energy. And we're really able to provide through a healthy nutrition and healthy supplementation a way to uplift them, not only from the inside out, but also just mentally. So if I'm able to pour into any woman something positive, something that they can, I always want to say, like, when you meet me, I want you to take something away that like it makes your life a little bit better, whether it's like something that I tell you, or whether it's a tip, or whether it's my content, or whether you get motivated, right? But yeah.
So you Cucumber Live, and tell us what's in it. What are the benefits?
Yes.
How do we get people to go to your spot? It's just to start that journey of being better from within, and also outside.
Yeah. So our drinks are basically things that you're lacking in your body. And it's not sugar. You're not, and it's not more caffeine. You don't need more caffeine. But this one specifically has like electrolytes. Okay. It has protein. Okay. So we use a protein juice. It has green tea, which is really good for your metabolism. It has aloe for your digestion. And for me, I added a little bit of creatine because women should consume creatine. Okay, it's not going to make you bulky. It's just going to help you retain more like muscle mass. Okay. Yeah. So yeah, all of that in one.
Yeah. Compounded benefits all in one. That's really great. If I can ask, what's another really popular drink at your health spot?
The girls love right now are detox gallons. Detox gallons are flying out of our shop.
Detox gallons.
Yes. Yeah, right. And so a lot of people are used to like juicing or not eating for fasting? Like a week or fasting. Yeah. Our detox gallons, I don't necessarily believe in diets. I believe in a healthy lifestyle. And so you drink the detox gallons, which it has like probiotics, fiber, collagen, protein juice, electrolytes, and it's just it's just meant to cleanse you from the inside up.
I love it, especially New Year.
Yeah,
Everyone's New Year, new
everybody.
me.
Yeah.
And that's a great way to start. It's a great way to start from within to be able to work out. The location also has a gym
Yes.
and
Yes.
classes.
Yes.
You want to tell us a little bit more
You guys
about
need to come to Camp Fitness as well.
Yeah.
We have personal training,
Okay.
as well as like group classes, and it's a women's only gym as well. So where you can feel like, I don't know, a little bit more comfortable, you know, like around other women and stuff like that. But the classes are amazing, so you need to come as well.
Women definitely do a way better job of supporting each other than men.
Yeah. Yes.
If I'm having a bad day and I call my brother, he's like, suck it up. You know, I think women is like, oh yeah, come here, you're great.
You can do it.
You can do it. Yeah. So the one thing I truly admire from such communities is that strong women will help build strong women.
Yes.
With that said, you know, we've talked about your hero's journey. I love what you're doing with Anita's Health Spa, and also the combination of not only, hey, we're going to give you some healthy stuff for you to consume, but here's also exercises that you can do
Super
to
important.
really build on both of those to be the best version of yourself.
Yes.
And create that Shiro
Yes.
in the mirror. If I may, what kept you motivated and resilient through all of those different obstacles? Because each of those is like Hercules had, what did he have, like 7 or 6 challenges he had to compete. In a sense, right? These are your challenges. What kept you motivated?
I think what keeps me motivated is, I think, my family's future. I'm very huge on, I think I was mentioning to you before the podcast started, like my family is financially dependent on me. I think that's one thing that keeps me going. I think understanding my why I do this, and empowering other women. I just love like lifting someone up, and I think that is what my corporate job was lacking, because I'm an auditor, and so if anything, people were scared of me.
They did not like me.
And that's not my personality.
Whoa, don't take it out on me. Just
and so I feel like I have like two faces, right? I have this corporate aspect in me, but I also have this, I love to empower women. I love to lift them up, and I think like bring success out of them.
I've been asked this question before, and I do a training and development right now for a global financial tech firm. And what I find is I love to see the success in others.
Yes.
That person that started the job 30 days ago that now is confident picking up calls, right? Shooting out emails, starting deals, closing deals, whatever that may look like. But those small wins are great, not just for them to build momentum on their career, but also for the trainer, for the person who was like, you know, behind the lines rooting them on, like, oh yeah, you can do it. But seeing the success in others, you know, keeps me motivated. And I think that's something that you echo.
Yes, absolutely. There's nothing better. Like I have like one of my business partners, she was like super shy, and then she started her like business, and you know, she won a trip to Orlando, I remember, and just seeing the growth in others, it continues to fuel me so that I can continue to pour onto other people.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, can you echo and just resonate that success?
Yeah.
What about mentors? You know, you yourself are a health and wellness coach.
Yeah.
What about Kathy? Does Kathy have a coach?
I have many coaches, and I think throughout my life, like reflecting, I think I've had like, I didn't think they were mentors, but they were definitely like angels, and they that turned into mentors in my life. Ever since I was in high school, and I think right now I not only pay for mentors, right? Because I think I need to continue pouring onto myself. So I don't know if you know Coral and Spencer Hoffman. I've done trainings by them, but also in Herbalife, I think the beautiful thing is that leaders want to see you grow, because we believe that we're all Herbalife, right? And we're all in this together of bringing health and wellness to the world. And I have mentors in Herbalife. My mentor who introduced me to the business has been huge. She has picked me up when, you know, you have doubts, when like things don't go the way that you expect them to go. Other leaders, I'm actually going to Miami next week to see them.
Very nice.
Yes. I believe that proximity is important. And so being close to the people that I admire and that I once, I see as like amazing.
Yeah.
I'm going to them.
Yeah, that's great. I think I heard, there's a phrase. I'm trying to collect it. You have mentors and coaches that are people that you want to be, right? So
Yes.
if you have like this, if you want to be, the top real estate agents in the Midwest,
Yeah.
well, then you should be talking and rubbing elbows and getting advice from the top realtor in the Midwest or whatever that might be. But I think being able to see what your vision is, like what you want to accomplish first, and then to say, great, who are good mentors, who are good coaches I can start to reach out, or sometimes God will bless you with some angels and put them in your life.
Yes. And I think my family, my mom has been a huge mentor.
Shout out to mom.
Shout out to my mom, my grandma.
Abuelita.
I think they've always, since I was little, they have prepped me to the woman that I am today.
Yeah,
so,
for sure. Yeah. Iron sharpens iron.
Yes.
And strong women empower.
Yes.
Okay, cool. So you yourself have mentors and coaches, and you're also not shy to say, yeah, sometimes I will invest. Yes. I will invest in myself to continue on for my journey of growth and success.
Because we're always learning. We're human beings. We're gonna have our doubts. We're gonna feel down. We're gonna make mistakes. Yeah. But I think life is all about like learning from them and continuing and becoming a better person each and every day.
Going back to health and wellness, because I think now that we talked about your special elixir and workout routines, and I think you also have like classes, right? Classes every week.
Yes.
What are some tips and tricks that you can provide to women who are looking to start off the new year on a good foot? Maybe like one or two tips.
Stop not eating. I think a lot of women just like have the misconception of like, if I don't eat breakfast, then if I just eat salads all throughout the day, then I'm gonna lose the weight. I think like what you do is you just put your body in a starvation mode, and now your body doesn't know when is the next time that you're gonna eat, and you tend to retain more fat. And so that's why I'll talk to women and they eat once a day or twice a day, and their bodies are retaining more fat. And that's the reason. Your body just doesn't know when is your next meal, and so it retains more fat as a survival mechanism. And I think the second tip, especially now, is that we have all of these goals, but we don't have a plan. And I think when you have a goal, and sometimes we're very ambitious, and I am too. I am always like, I want to accomplish all these things. And so I think when you have a goal of losing 20, 30, 40 pounds, make sure that you have a plan, an action plan behind it. And don't overdo it. Say that you're going to go to the gym 3 times a week. And just as if you would show up for your boss, because many times we'll show up for other people, show up for yourself. Like, put it on your calendar. It's scheduled, and drink water, and eat a lot of protein. I think people also feel that, I don't know, protein is going to make me bulky or I'm going to gain weight. If anything, what's making you gain weight are like refined carbs and refined sugars and all that. So
for sure,
prioritizing your protein will be huge in your journey.
Okay. And also, with nutrition, we often get like, oh, if I can just eat a salad, I'll be fine. But where is your hydration, right? Where are your antioxidants? Yes. Where's your protein coming from? So I think that misconception of what a diet should look like, you're help bringing to light, also through some of the products through Herbalife are curated to accomplish some of these goals.
To help you,
Something that you mentioned for the goals is, what does it look like? And even taking a step back and saying, what's a SMART goal, something specific, something measurable, actual, how can we realize it? But also, how do you structure your goals so that you can accomplish it? And also remember those small wins.
Yeah, huge.
Every matter. If you didn't feel like going to the gym on Monday, and you did, right? That's a win.
Exactly.
That's a
And
win for
I
you.
remember when I first started too, like I would purposely like sign up like for group classes, like what we have at our shop, because that forces you to go. Because you're like, I already pay for it, so I might as well go. And if I don't go, then I lose my money. But I think those restrictions are there in place so that it forces you to go, so that you build the habit of going, and then one day it'll just become like part of your life. Like if I go on a trip, I still work out, and some people are like, why do you work out, you're on vacation? But it's just part of who I am
Oh,
now.
I love a good jog on a vacation, a good run on the beach.
Yes,
That way, later for lunch, I don't feel that bad.
exactly. I'm like,
I
it's
burn some weight. Now, I was a personal trainer
oh, okay.
at LA Fitness, at Export, and at Planet Fitness. And the one thing I would tell people when it comes to exercise is keep it fun.
Yes.
Keep it fun, keep it challenging. For me, the weightlifting became monotonous at times. It was like, oh man, I gotta lift some weights. But when I started to include some cardio hit,
Yeah.
Wednesday cardio hit for an hour, and you're just when you're done, you're just like
Drenched.
dripping sweat,
Yeah.
you know. Or if it's like Saturday morning, I'll try a jujitsu class.
Yes, I love
or
classes.
yeah, or like classes or anything like that. But I think those are ways to keep yourself motivated. Is find something that you think is fun, enjoyable, still challenging,
Mhm.
and also something that puts you a part of a community,
Yes,
of a
that's
community
huge.
where they keep you. How do you say it? Responsible,
Accountable.
yeah.
Accountable. They
They
keep you
keep you
accountable.
accountable
Yes.
for what you need to do.
Yes.
So yeah, have that New Year's resolution buddy in mind. Great. Well, with that said, Kathy, is there a last message you'd like to give to our audience here today? Maybe for our strong Latinas out there.
I think my last message is to know that you're valued, to know that you're capable, and to know that you belong in any area that you step in. That you're not being too loud, that you're not being too much, that your voice matters, because I feel like as a Latina, it's my responsibility now to speak up and to help the next generation know, all of the resources that we have, and everything that we're capable of, and that we can too be not only in the corporate world, whether it is the corporate world that you want to take, but also in entrepreneurship. So yeah, that we belong, and that we can accomplish anything that we desire.
Yeah, absolutely.
So which one are you gonna ask me?
Great. Well, I do have one maybe curveball question,
Okay.
before we start wrapping things up. How do you define success, and how has that definition changed over time? Because it sounds like it has.
Yeah, it has very much. I don't think I ever saw myself just wanting as an entrepreneur. I was always the corporate route type of girl. And I think what was success at a point was like numbers and titles, and the company that you work for. And even though that's still like relevant, I think when I was mentioning that I had my midlife crisis, I think that I was lacking impact and fulfillment. And so now I feel like my mission and my vision for 2026 is just more impact. And so the way that I measure success by like a title or by how much money I make, even though those things do matter, I think it's like, how many more lives can I impact? How many more women can I touch? How many more? I always say, like, I'm turning one Herbalife hitter at a time. It's like, how many more people can I impact, and let them realize that taking care of their health is good, that practicing prevention in terms of your body, that you don't have to wait till you have the diabetes to to take care of yourself, or to have the high cholesterol to start taking medication, and now you start exercising, but rather inspiring you to do it beforehand.
Be proactive.
Yes.
Be proactive. Yeah, I would like that. And it's also being of service to others is sometimes like the most beautiful thing. Especially on this road to health and journey, when you start learning that people have families, right? Loved ones. Thank you for that beautiful message. To wrap up our episode today is Kathy, thank you so much for being another Shiro on the podcast, The Hero in the Mirror. If you're interested in all the offerings that Kathy has, whether it's elixirs to keep you young and healthy and motivated, or the classes or the coaching, please feel free to reach out to Kathy. Other than that, I'll catch all of you on the next episode of The Hero in the Mirror.
Cheers.